Hello everyone, welcome to the tutorial on how to publish Intel XDK app to App Store and Adhoc. In this tutorial, I will be demonstrating complete hands-on training on how to publish it to App Store or Adhoc. So before we proceed, let me answer one of the important questions, and that is, do you need a Mac for this? Well, you do not need a Mac for publishing into Adhoc, but you need a Mac to publish your app into App Store. So you don't need a Mac for the whole process, but for the last process, that is uploading the binary to App Store, you need a Mac because application loader utility is only available for Mac. And you do have an option if you are using Windows, that the option is you can actually borrow a Mac from your friends just to upload the binary, which is going to take a few minutes, or else you can actually request Intel SDK to upload the binary on behalf of yourself. So obviously you don't need to buy a Mac to just install and upload an app to App Store. So you can proceed if you are having a Windows. All these steps are going to be same. Well, what is the difference between Adhoc and App Store? Okay, so suppose you built an iOS binary, that is a .ipa file, and you want to run it on a DL device. In that case, you have three options. That is, using Xcode, you can compile the binary and then put it onto your iPhone or iPad. You can actually release your binary to App Store, that is available to the whole world, and you can release your app to Adhoc, that is it is only available to 100 devices that you will be defined while creating your app. So releasing to App Store is actually in production, that is everyone can access it, and you should not do that until and unless your app is completely ready. You can actually install it using Xcode or via Adhoc if you are testing your app, and in Intel SDK doesn't provide any way to actually do it using Xcode. Therefore you have to use Adhoc for testing your app on a real device. So in this tutorial, first we'll begin with how to publish it to Adhoc network so that you can put it on your device and test the app completely, and then we'll look at how to publish it to App Store so that the whole world can use it. So the prerequisite for this tutorial is you need an Apple account. So if you don't have an Apple account, go to developer.apple.com and create an account. So let me just go to and here go to Members Center and create an account. You need to click the register button and create an account over here. And therefore, as I already have an account, I'm just going to log in. So I already logged into my account now. Okay, so once you're logged in, you will see this screen, and now you need to enroll into iOS developer program so that you can actually upload apps. So there are three different developer programs: iOS, Mac, and Safari. You need to click on the iOS, and as I have already enrolled into this developer program, I'm going to look at this dashboard, a different one. But if you have not enrolled into iOS developer program, then you are going to see a different one. It's actually $99 per year for your iOS developer program, so you have to pay every year a membership fees. And you can see that I have not enrolled into Mac Development Center, therefore I have this button using which I can actually enroll over here. But for iOS I've already enrolled, therefore I'm seeing a different thing over here. So you have to do two things: first create an Apple account and then enroll into iOS developer program. So once you have done these two things, you can proceed. Well, to submit an app into Adhoc, you have three different steps. First, you have to generate a certificate for publishing profile and also app ID to sign your app, and then create a binary and upload it using iTunes to your phone or iPad. Okay, so let's begin with submitting your app to Adhoc. And Apple actually does not review the apps that are put into Adhoc, so it will be available as soon as you are going to publish your app into Adhoc network. So for that, first I go to my Intel SDK, and here you can see I have several apps, and I'm just going to use any one of them randomly. None of them are yet published to Adhoc, and this tab I'm going to use now. And you need to know the difference between Cordova Hybrid and Cordova Legacy app. That Legacy app actually uses Cordova Framework 2.x, and it also provides web services like App Movie and other things. And hybrid apps use Cordova 3.x versions so of framework, therefore they are different. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using legacy hybrid mobile platform, iOS Adhoc. I will do this one first, and then iOS production, that is to be publishing into App Store. Well, so first what you have to do is I'm going to actually see this. You can see that there is some kind of code in my index.html file. Okay, some random code, and I'm going to click on iOS Adhoc build. And you can see you will get into these details. Over here, I will you have to make sure that you go one by one these tabs and configure each one of them. The first one I'm going to go is into app details. And here you have the application title. This is the application name that is displayed below the icon when user uses your app. So this is very important part. And then this is the application identifier. This is written in a reverse domain format. So you can see it's written over here. You can change it up to your wish, demos or something, it's your wish. And URL schema is actually used to identify an app, particularly in App Store. Okay, so other apps can use this particular identifier to identify your app and install it. So it does not accept underscores, so I'm going to remove those characters. Okay, so now you have three different options. If you're planning to create a music app, then you have to enable this one. If you're trying to create an app that does something once app is minimized, in that case you have to switch this one on. And if you are creating an app like Google Maps or something, then you have to make sure that GPS is available even if the app is in background. So for now I'm going to enable all these three options. And then you can also lock your device. You can actually choose the device for which you are launching the app. Is it for iPhone, iPad, or both? I'm going to put it for iPhone only. And then click go to next step. Okay, so here you on the second step, and here you can see that you can actually lock the application orientation for landscape or portrait. It's your wish. And here you can actually upload the iPhone launch icon and all other stuff like splash screen image and everything. So I won't be going through the steps details. And over here you can see that if your app requires external plugins, in that case you have to switch it on. And most of the times your app do require plugins to function. That is the Cordova plugins. So you have to actually switch it on in that case. And then you have to go into the credentials part. Here you are going to provide the information like Facebook application ID and Facebook protocol handler if you are using the Facebook web services in your app, but hardly many people use this, so I'm just going to skip this step. I'm going to get into the fifth step, and this is one of the most important steps. Over here you can see that it provides you a .csr file. You first need to download this file from here and save it somewhere. Okay, and now you need to go to your developer center and click on certificates, identifiers, and profiles. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to first generate a certificate, and before that I actually need to create an app ID, an ID to identify the app. So I'm going to click here, and you can give any name, but I will be copying the same name I used for my app, that is app_starter_demo. Okay, and then you can see that you need a bundle ID, and you can use a bundle ID of reverse domain, and this is what it asks for. So So I'm just going to copy the bundle ID form from here. Okay, and here you have to choose the web services which your application is going to use. These are the native services. Most of the time you need to use push notification. I'm going to enable that, and hardly apps use any other kind of stuff, so I'm going to skip them all. I mostly use push notifications to notify application users when something happens, so I'm going to select it. So you can see that the services which are enabled and disabled, and submit it. So your app ID is created now. Now go to certificates, and you need to create a new certificate for signing up your app. And in that case, you can see there are lots of options. First, you have to click this App Store and Adhoc. So we are actually using this app to publish to Adhoc and App Store. Therefore, I'm going to click on this and click continue, and then I can continue. Here I have to upload my CSR file which I generated using Intel XDK, and then I'm going to click generate. So it generated my certificate. This is a certificate I'm going to use to sign my app. I'm going to download it. I copied this into my desktop. Now I'm going to generate a provisioning profile. And provisioning profile is specific to App Store or Adhoc. So I'm going to click Adhoc because we are going to first put our app into Adhoc. And here you have to select the app ID. And here you have to select the iOS distribution which we created before. That is the certificate. And here you have to select the devices for which the Adhoc network will be available for your app. And because Adhoc allows only 100 different devices to download the app, you cannot have more than 100 devices using the app. So you have to specify the devices for which you want the app to be installed and run. So this is specifically very much for testing. And if you are having 2 iPhones and 3 iPads or something, in that case you have to list all the devices. You can actually go to this devices section, and here you can actually enter new devices. I already have iPhone 5s, so it's displaying me over here. We'll continue, and you can see it asks me for a profile name. I'm just going to give profile name same as the ID. You can give anything you wish, and click generate and download. Okay, so as I told you, in devices section you have a lot of devices you can insert over here. So for putting of a device, you need the device name and the UDID. If you don't know how to find the UDID of a device, in that case go to this URL whatsmyudid.com, and here you will find the instructions of how to find the UUID of your device. So we are done with this part of the tutorial, that is signing the app. Now we have to go to Intel SDK over here. Go back to the search part, and here I need to upload my certificate first. And you can see certificate uploaded, and here I need to select this on, that is yes, I have already obtained an app ID. And if you are using push notifications, in that case you have to configure app for push notifications. Otherwise you can just go to the next step, but I'm going to demonstrate this also. For using app notifications, you actually need another certificate. You have to generate one more certificate for that specifically, and here I'm going to generate that. For generating certificate, obviously we need a new CSR file, so I'm going to click the download button and generate a new CSR file. And I'm going to go back here. In that case, I'm going to select Apple Push Notification Service SSL. not this one, because I need a certification for push notifications. I'm going to click no, continue, and then I'm going to download the new certificate. And I'm going to go back to Intel XDK and upload it. Okay, so now I have to go to the last step, that is uploading the provisioning profile. So here you have to choose whether it is ad hoc or distribution build. As I have generated a provisioning profile for ad hoc, I'm going to click this button over here, and I'm going to upload this provisioning file. I'm going to click go to next step. Well, all this you need to do only for signing your app. So we are done with this first step, that is signing the app binary. Now we have to generate the app binary. So to generate the app binary, you just have to click one single button over here, and it will take few minutes to actually build this binary from the source code. And this is done on the Intel SDK servers. It has to first upload the app source code and build the app binary over there, and it will again download back the binary. Okay, so binary has been built now. So now we have to actually download the .ipa file, that is the binary of the application, and then upload it to our mobile phone directly. We have to install it directly using iTunes. Okay, so the Intel will send an email to your registered email ID, that is the email ID you have used to log in into Intel SDK. It will send a link to download the binary. So I'm going to go back to my browser. In that case, I'll go back to my browser, and here you can see that I got this stuff over here, a link to download my binary, and you can see it's 5.2 MB. It's downloading. So once the download is finished, we are done with the second step, and the third step is to install the app binary in iPhone or iPad using iTunes. So there are basically three simple steps. First, sign the binary, and then generate the binary, and then install it. So I think the download is finished. So this is the latest file. I'm going to copy it to the desktop, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my iTunes and make sure you have connected your phone over here. I have already connected my phone. Go to apps, and you can see there is no app over here. So go to desktop, and then I'm going to copy this one. You can see this app is over here. Now you just need to copy it over here, and you can see it's actually copying the app into. Okay. Now I'm connecting with my phone, and I'm going to check if it is, yeah, it's over here in my phone. You cannot see my phone obviously because I'm screencasting it, but I can see on my phone the application is there and it is running perfect. So this is how you put your app into Adhoc for testing it. But now once you have finished your app completely, it's all done with testing, debugging and everything, it's time to publish your app into App Store so the whole world can download it. In that case, if you have to go back to my PowerPoint presentation and see the steps for how to submit to App Store. One more point I need to tell you again, that make sure that you have connected that particular device to iTunes which you have registered over here, that is this particular device. Okay, so this device, UDID should match the device which you have connected to iTunes for uploading the app, otherwise it won't work. It is the app is signed only for specific devices, not for all devices when you upload to Adhoc. Okay, so now let's get back to App Store. So for App Store, you have to similarly sign the app and then generate the app, and then you have to do two other steps, that is provide app metadata, that is the app description, screenshots and everything, to App Store using iTunes Connect, and then upload the application to App Store using application loader, and then wait for Apple to review and publish it. Okay, so just there are two different steps you have to do, and others are going to be same. So I go back to my Intel XDK over here, and I'm going to close this build page, and I'm going to click iOS production now. Okay, so here you can see all the details are same, but the certificate and provisioning are going to be generated differently for this now. So here you can see that I have to select this switched on, and this certificate that is going to be the same because while creating the certificate we selected Adhoc and App Store both, therefore the certificate you don't need to change or upload it again because you have already uploaded for Adhoc, and that same certificate is going to be used now. And I'm also going to keep this step also the same. And here you have to upload a provisioning profile for distribution. The earlier one was only for Adhoc, so I'm going to generate a new provisioning profile. Okay, I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to select Adhoc App Store. Last time I selected Adhoc. I'm going to click connect and use the same app ID, and I'm going to use the same certificate. And you can see this time it did not ask me for devices because in App Store this is available for all the devices in the world, so it did not ask me anything such. And for profile name, I'm going to use the same as ID. You can use something else of your wish. Okay, so I'm just going to click one because you cannot have two provisional profiles with the same name. Okay, so I'm going to download this, and I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'll go to Intel XDK and upload it. Okay, so it's uploaded. So it's done now. Now I'm going to click build app now. So this is going to generate the .ipa file. So make sure that you have actually changed the provisioning profile, and the certificates and all are going to be remain the same for Adhoc and App Store. Just the provisioning profile has to be changed. So once it is built, I'll go to iTunes Connect and submit it over there. So go to Google and type iTunes Connect. And here you have to log in. We're going to use the same Apple account actually. And you can see that you have different options over here, and I'm going to go to my apps option, and here I'm going to add a new app. So I'm going to give my app name app starter demo, and choose the language of your app, choose the bundle ID, and then version I'm going to give 1.0, and what's SQ, a unique ID for your app that is not visible to App Store. Just copy something over here, something very unique for yourself, and then click create. Okay, so now here you can put up all your information like keywords for your optimizing your app for App Store search, support URL, marketing URL, privacy policy URL. You can put your app description. You can do a lot of things over here, and you can also put your preview and screenshots. You can pre-release your app and pricing your app. You can actually price your app in that case. I'm going to cancel it. So there are a lot of options over here. You can actually explore them one by one by yourself. They are not too difficult. If you are putting in-app purchases, in that case you have to create the purchases items over here and then use them. And then there is game center over here, app reviews, newsstand, and a lot of other things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click submit for review. Let me see if it is okay. It says that I don't have all these things over here. I need to put everything. So let's start one by one. I'm going to just fill up some demo information over here, and then pre-release, no need, pricing, well, I want to keep it free because, and you can also charge your app according to your wish, but you can see that how it charging goes on. You can actually read the pricing metrics and everything, but I'm going to just keep it free for now. And discount for education institute, obviously it's free, so it doesn't matter for now. So just start filling this information by yourself. You have to select an app icon, and you have to select a category. I'm going to select music and photo and video. I did not read them out, but select them no for apps for policies and everything. Okay, so now I need to actually put use application loader 3.0 to upload my app, or I can use Xcode, but Intel XDK developers usually don't know how to use Xcode. In that case, I'm going to use application loader to upload the app binary. So here I'm done with the third step, providing the metadata. I just skip this large app icon and screenshot because you can upload them by yourself. That's not a big deal. So let me just go to the last step, that is using the application loader. And here you can see there is a link for application loader, and I have already started downloading it. So wait for it to get completed. And this is a step I was discussing. You need an MacBook only for uploading using application uploader. So if you don't have a MacBook, in that case you can actually borrow from someone. So I will again continue this video once the download is completed. Well, it's almost getting completed now. So we were actually filling out most of the parts of the form, and we actually left out only uploading the icon and screenshot. So I won't be uploading them. You can just upload them and click the submit for review button. Before that, you have to upload the application binary, because when I click on it, it asks me to upload the binary of the application to App Store. So let me just install this DMG file. Make sure you have 117 MB space on your disk, otherwise it won't be installed. Okay, so it's installed now. So I'll open my application loader application, and here I have to again log in. And here you have this option, deliver your app, and in that case first what we have to do is I will go to Intel XDK and download this build, that is the IPA file which we did not download previously. Just save it on your desktop. And you can see that it gives you a zip file over here. I got this zip file. So what I want to do is and you can see that application is over here now. I'm going to click next, and it's actually sending API usage to iTunes Connect, that is it's actually uploading to iTunes Connect now. So once the app upload is finished, click on this plus sign button over here and click on this uploaded binary, and this is the binary which we uploaded, and then just click the done button. So the binary was uploaded using application loader, and the binary was available on iTunes Connect. Now just click on submit for review so that Apple can review it. If you are releasing a new update for your app, in that case what you have to do is you have to come to iTunes Connect over here, change this meta information, and then re-upload the app, and then again click submit the new version, and Apple will again review the new updated version of your app and they are going to publish it. So this is the whole procedure you have to do again and again for publishing new versions of your app. So I would like to end up this tutorial over here.